Elimination Chamber 2018, this Sunday, the WWE Raw exclusive pay-per-view, 2 Elimination Chamber matches, the men's and the women's. You got Asuka, you got Nia, you got Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, you've got Titus Worldwide, Sheamus and Cesaro, and you got Ronda Rousey's contract signing. Make no mistake about it, this is amplified booking of the Elimination Chamber 2018. A lot to go over in the next half an hour-ish, give or take. So I want to get right into it, and I want to start off how we're going to kick off, in my booking, the whole night. And this is not kickoff show. This is the actual pay-per-view event, the special event Elimination Chamber, and I have it kicking off with a Ronda Rousey's contract signing. That's right. I want to kick this thing off with a bang. Because we still don't know how Ronda's really going to be received, right? There could be a lot of boos toward Ronda's way. You don't want that building up and manifesting throughout the night. Let's get it over with. Let's show the world what Ronda Rousey is there for. And that's not just fan reaction or them cheering or booing. Obviously, you want the reaction. But you don't care if it's cheers or boos. You want them to know Ronda Rousey is a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, once-in-a-lifetime competitor there in WWE. And she's showing up to beat the fuck out of people. Again, whether you like her or not, that's cool. But what needs to be done by WWE, booking her correctly, is her showing up and not worried about how she's being received by the crowd. She needs to show the crowd that she's in control of the situation. She's showing up to beat the fuck out of people. Whether you're on her side or not, doesn't matter. That needs to be shown right from the beginning. When Ronda Rousey steps foot in that ring, and I have Renee Young kind of overseeing this whole contract signing. Obviously, maybe Stephanie McMahon is out there. Maybe even Triple H. I don't know if they want to unveil him without a storyline. But you have some big wigs out there. Not Vince McMahon. Stephanie McMahon would be the better suited personnel to be out there. Kurt Angle, obviously, out there. And Renee Young, again, overseeing this. And I have Ronda Rousey in her promo. She doesn't have to talk a lot because I have somebody coming out and interrupting her. But in the first few lines, she needs to come out and make sure that the crowd knows that whether you cheer her or boo her, she's going to be the baddest motherfucker you come across. And that one day it's going to be her and fucking Asuka. And she doesn't have to come out and say that, but she needs to make sure people know it ain't just Asuka you need to worry about in her streak. Ronda is here. I'm here. And I'm here to fucking kick ass. But before she can elaborate, I have Nia Jax coming out and interfering. She slowly walks down the rampway. Ronda Rousey's like, what the fuck, bitch? Really? My fucking debut, my contract. I haven't even signed the fucking contract. And you're coming out here to talk shit like you just did on Twitter for the last 2 weeks. And I want Nia Jax to be the voice of the haters. The people that really can't stand Ronda Rousey and think she's actually going to bury talent and run through the roster in a burial way. And she doesn't deserve her place. She doesn't deserve to be there. She should earn it. She should earn the respect. All of that shit that we hear from the haters and the people that just want to be negative and talk bullshit and don't see Ronda Rousey as a legit star. I want Nia Jax to be the voice of those people and say all of that to Nia. Perfectly done, right? Kill the steam that those haters think they have in those chants. Nia Jax will be that voice. And she talks about how Ronda Rousey does not deserve to be on the Raw brand. That Ronda Rousey barely deserves to be in NXT. That Ronda Rousey is going to have to earn her spot and earn her respect in this business. And that's where I want Ronda Rousey to say that's where me and you differ, because to normal people, yes, there's 2 different things you could want in life, right? The old questions. Is it better to be respected in this world, or is it better to be feared? That's the old question. What would you do? Walking down the street, would you rather be feared or respected? And I want Ronda Rousey to look down over at Nia Jax in the rampway, and I want Ronda Rousey to say, that's where I come in. I want both, and I demand both. First, you will fear me, and when it's all said and done, you will respect me. And I want Ronda to tell Nia that if you got a problem with the words I'm speaking, get in this ring and deal with it. And I want the crowd at this point will be going ballistic. Whether you love Ronda or hate Ronda, you know these two fucking behemoths are going to fucking blast each other. But Nia's playing to the crowd looking like, should I do it? Will I do it? And at the last second, I want Nia Jax to back up and start hightailing it up the rampway. Nia Jax takes off. Nia Jax spoke her piece, but Nia Jax didn't want to get in that ring with Ronda Rousey. I want Ronda Rousey to turn back to Renee Young and continue the ending of her promo, which is straight out just saying that whether anybody steps up to the plate and challenges me to WrestleMania, or I have to show up to WrestleMania and pick a fight, one way or the other, I will be at WrestleMania. And I want Ronda Rousey to sign the contract. I want, whether the cheers, the boos, I want Ronda Rousey to play it up in the ring, maybe even go to the turnbuckles, get up on the ropes, stare at the crowd, play to the crowd, take off after about a minute of playing to the crowd, go up the rampway, and before she heads through the curtain, I want her to turn one last time and point up at the WrestleMania sign from the entranceway, and then wham! Out of nowhere, Nia Jax back through the curtainway levels Ronda Rousey. Nia Jax flattens Ronda Rousey out of nowhere with Ronda Rousey's back turned, pointing up to the WrestleMania sign. I want Nia back through the curtain, flatlining Ronda Rousey. I then want Nia Jax to lay in a couple of fucking boots before picking up Ronda Rousey, throwing Rousey over her shoulder. And I want Nia Jax to get a running start and catapult off of the rampway into some electrical equipment tables off to the side. We've seen it before, right? Where Michael Cole got thrown in by Braun Strowman into a crowd of fucking humanity, a crowd of security, which was actually just developmental wrestlers. We've seen people go through tables on the side before. That's what I want Nia Jax to pick up Ronda Rousey and catapult both of them. I want Nia Jax flying with Ronda. A power slam through tables set up by the side of the rampway. I want fucking chaos, man. Tables are broken. Ronda Rousey is basically unconscious. I want Nia Jax to really sell a rib injury. Nia Jax has fucked up her ribs pretty fucking bad. What does this mean for her match with Asuka later on in the night? Who knows? But that's how much Nia Jax was perturbed. That's how much Nia Jax did not like, maybe even hated, Ronda Rousey being in WWE. That she would go through those lengths, fucking power slam, sacrificing herself in this power slam to launch Ronda Rousey from the rampway through these tables. What an introduction for Ronda Rousey to WWE. BC, I can't believe you're booking this. You love Ronda Rousey. You're making her look weak right at the beginning of her career? That's exactly what I'm doing, because I know the good value in storytelling. Ronda Rousey will ultimately get the last laugh and look like the baddest motherfucker, but you need to tell a story. And this will tell two different stories. Nia Jax's journey throughout the night with this segment and also in her match with Asuka, but it's also going to tell the journey of both Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey for WrestleMania. What a way to kick off a pay-per-view that's really sold around 2 Elimination Chamber matches. Nothing really else around it other than Ronda Rousey's contract signing. So let's really fucking pump this into high gear. What a fucking debut, man. Ronda Rousey gets leveled, launched from the fucking rampway into tables, basically unconscious. I want the camera to be fucking trying to get both reactions. Ronda Rousey, again, basically unconscious. You have Nia Jax selling this huge rib injury. And then we fade into an Elimination Chamber video package for the women. All of the shit that has led up to this first ever women's Elimination Chamber match, that's where I want that video package to air. So we kind of fade off of Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax, who are completely fucked up from this power slam off the rampway. And then we go into the women's Elimination Chamber video package. Damn, book that shit, Vince. This leads us into the women's Elimination Chamber match. Now, yes, the women main evented Royal Rumble, so we can let the men have the main event of this match. So let's get the women in there, and the first real match of Elimination Chamber will be this chamber match for the women. So let's let the women go in there and kick this thing into high fucking gear. One last thing, too, before I get into the chamber, guys. For anyone thinking, oh, Ronda Rousey going through a table, that's a bit ambitious, BC, for her first big deal in WWE, right? Her first big angle segment, putting her through not just a table, but launching her from the rampway. That's a much higher risk spot. You're damn fucking right. This is Ronda Rousey we're talking about. Larger than fucking life. You're damn right I'm going to put her in these situations, and don't let Rousey fool you. A, she legitimately is the baddest motherfucker, one of at least baddest motherfuckers female-wise in the world. Secondly, she's doing movies and everything, guys. She's doing a lot of her own stunts, she said. So what makes you think she can't practice and plan this, man? Underneath the table, do you know how they do it? There's going to be the air bag shit that they put under there. It's completely safe. You can pull this off and make it look badass, and everyone's going to be completely safe. Again, Ronda Rousey's doing movies where she's doing her own stunts. She can take this power slam from Nia Jax. But now, going on to the Elimination Chamber for the women. This will be fun, right? You got the Absolution participants. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, you got Mickie James, you got Alexa Bliss, you got Bayley, you got Sasha Banks. Now, the rules on this was, I don't know if they're going to change it to every 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Before, the rules used to be every 5 minutes a new pod door would open. So 2 people will start the match, and then every 5 minutes a pod would open and somebody else would come in the match. And it's basically just a free-for-all elimination match. And whoever gets pinfalls over anybody else whoever's the last sole survivor is the winner of this thing. So obviously I'm not going to book pin by pin and elimination by elimination, because I said this video will be about a half an hour when I started this thing, and it looks like it's going to go 45 minutes to an hour. So I'm not going to do that. I will tell you the final 4 participants in this match. The final 4, get this. I got Mandy Rose up in there with Alexa Bliss. That's right, I said Mandy fucking Rose. Mandy Rose, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, and Sasha Banks are your final 4. Who are your final 3? Goodbye, Alexa Bliss. You gots to go. That's right, Alexa Bliss eliminated in that final 4. This leaves only Mandy Rose, Sasha Banks, and Bayley left in that ring. That means there is automatically, absolutely going to be a new WWE Raw Women's Champion crown because Alexa Bliss is gone. Now, with this final 3, I want Mandy Rose to somehow get the upper hand on Bayley. Bayley either rolls out of the ring or is off to the side. And Sasha Banks gets the upper hand on Mandy Rose. So Mandy Rose took the cheap shot on Bayley, leveled Bayley out, but Sasha Banks got revenge for her friend and starts overtaking Mandy Rose. There gets to a point where Sasha Banks gets up to the top rope and is about to leap off onto Mandy Rose. Out of nowhere, Bayley leaps up to the ropes, and a devastating belly to belly from the top fucking rope. Bayley just took out Sasha Banks, belly to belly, top rope, covers Sasha fucking Banks. 1, 2, and I'm talking 3. Bayley eliminates Sasha fucking Banks from the Elimination Chamber, and any way of winning herself a championship is now gone from her own best friend. Bayley takes out Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks, when she's finally able to come to and crawls out of the ring, looks up at Bayley like, what the fuck? And Bayley's like, sorry, it's, Bayley's given the, what was I to do? It's every woman for themselves. You would do it to me. I fully believe that. I took my chance. I saw you at just the most perfect time. Up on those ropes, unsuspecting my fucking finisher. And I took the chance. I rolled the dice. And I eliminated you because we both know. I want this story to be told in her eyes, man. And I want the fans to realize that, we all know Mandy Rose was going to be eliminated by Bayley and Sasha. They're best friends. They're fucking together. They're a unit. And they're badass. So Mandy was going to be taken out. Bayley knows Sasha would have been the bigger threat. So she took her chance. I love the story in this. And Sasha's like, you motherfucker. In her eyes. You could tell she wants to stab her with a pitchfork about 37 fucking times. But that's another story. Mandy Rose tries to get a cheap shot in on Bayley while Bayley's distracted with Sasha because Bayley clearly sees Sasha's pissed off. But to no avail. Mandy Rose goes for a clothesline. It's ducked. Another clothesline is ducked. It leads into a belly to belly. Mandy Rose lands flat on the upper part of her fucking back. Looks devastating. Bayley covers Mandy Rose. 1, 2, 3. Not only does Bayley win the Elimination Chamber, first ever for the women of 2018, but she becomes new Raw Women's Champion in front of Sasha Banks, who is still at ringside at this point. She was about to go up the rampway. Still giving Bayley those fucking devil eyes. Bayley becomes the new Raw Women's Champion. She wins the Elimination Chamber. And you guys are like, BC, are you okay? Did you not have a coffee? Are you under the weather? What is going on? Sasha is your main gal. Sasha is who you originally had winning this thing. You had a plan. You had a story for this. Yeah, but you guys spoke some sense. What if Sasha does keep losing these fucking matches she knows she should win? Or does get screwed by her best friend instead of screwing her best friend? Would that be a better story when it's told, when the story finally ends? Would that be a better story? And I gotta agree, it would. Bayley winning the championship in front of a pissed off Sasha Banks after Bayley just screwed Sasha Banks at the Elimination Chamber, new champion. That story is fucking brilliant. And I want Bayley to want Sasha to get in the ring and celebrate with her. And Sasha's like, are you fucking kidding me? You want me to celebrate with you? That's like getting me into a fucking car accident, helping me out of the car afterwards with my new totaled car and my hip injury, and then saying, hey, let's have a fucking dance party. You just crashed my car, and now you want to have a dance party. No, I want your insurance, bitch, and then I'm going to whoop your ass. So Bayley is trying to hold the rope open for Sasha, like, get in here. We're still fucking friends. You would have done this to me, right? And Sasha's like, absolutely. And the crowd at this point is like, oh, fuck. Like, what are they going to do? What's Sasha going to do? Sasha finally gets on the apron, but she doesn't accept the invitation. So Bayley is holding the ropes open. Sasha is on the apron, but Sasha's not going through the ropes. So finally, Bayley just stands up. She gets up from the ropes. So Bayley is now inside the ring. Sasha is still outside on the apron. But they're face to face. And Bayley's trying to explain her case. Sasha takes one last look at the crowd before making her decision, which is a bold decision. She turns back to Bayley and she delivers a smack heard around the fucking planet to Bayley. I want a Stephanie McMahon-esque slap from Sasha to Bayley. Honestly, knock the spit out of Bayley's fucking mouth. And I want Sasha to hop off the apron, pissed off still, and walk up the apron. So not a full-fledged heel turn yet. That'll be for the booking on Monday Night Raw. But I can't do it all, guys. I can't do WWE Creative's job. I'm only booking Elimination Chamber, but they need to kick that into high gear come Monday. But the biggest seed ever to be planted for a Sasha Banks heel turn and a Sasha Banks Bayley championship match at WrestleMania, which is what we all want to see, which would tear the place down, that is planted at Elimination Chamber finally. And we do it with Bayley actually screwing over Sasha and then Sasha saying, fuck you, bitch. But the real concrete heel turn should be the following night on Monday Night Raw. But that is a fun way, in an intriguing way, to not only end Elimination Chamber, but set up something huge for WrestleMania. Now, next up, guys, I want John Cena to be in a backstage promo because this is going to be a seed planted for later on in the night. So this is a very pivotal part of the show. So John Cena's backstage with Renee Young, or you could have Charlie Caruso. You could have Howard Finkel or Mean Gene Okerlund for all I care. But you have to have John Cena in this backstage promo. And he's reiterating the fact that he needs to win later tonight in the main event at Elimination Chamber because that is his ticket that he needs to punch for WrestleMania. Because if he loses tonight, he doesn't go to WrestleMania. And I want that fear of that actually starting to sink in. I want that to be shown in his eyes, in his voice, all in his face. And I want the crowd to really, in the audience, there in the arena, and everyone at home to really realize, like, John Cena's serious. Like, if he loses this, he does not go to WrestleMania for the first time in a long fucking time. Because he just couldn't get the job done time after time. So that's a very important backstage segment that I want Cena to have. And I want the weight of the world basically on his shoulders. He has to win. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Cena needs to win. Then we go into the Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy match. This is a match, again, just nonsensically booked at just the wrong time. Impromptu, basically. There's no hype to this. this has been what we all thought was going to be the most epic feud build-up, has actually been one of the shittiest. It culminated to one random impromptu Monday Night Raw 25 match, which saw Bray Wyatt just win, in the most easiest form and fashion. And then that was kind of it. Then they kind of started a little bit of a feud again, and then we find out they're going to fight at Elimination Chamber. No, absolutely not. If you're going to do this match, let's build it for something bigger, and I'm talking WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt versus broken, woken, semi-fucking asleep, whatever you want to call him, Matt Hardy. This match needs to happen on the biggest stage of them all with proper build-up. And I want that proper build-up to begin at Elimination Chamber. This feud, or lack thereof, should not be ending at the Chamber. Let's really start it and kick it into high gear. Have their little fucking match. I would give this thing maybe 10 to 15 minutes at tops, because the chemistry, wrestling-wise, it leaves more to be desired. I'm not going to lie. They don't have the best chemistry in the ring, but their characters can get us through that and tell an epic story. Sometimes that's very important, and in this type of scenario, it is. I think the story is going to overshadow the wrestling when it's all said and done. Not often you're going to hear me say that that's okay, but with Wyatt and Hardy, it is okay, because you could do so much cool shit with them. But the wrestling, 10 to 15 minutes, I think that's their limit together. That's where what I want is up on the Tron, we start to get some crazy, weird Bray Wyatt shit happening, right? The worms, you got the static, some woods images of the fucking woods and the camera getting all shaky. And I want the semblance of Sister Abigail to show up on the Tron. This stops fucking Matt Hardy in his tracks, because at the time he had the upper hand on Bray Wyatt, and he's looking up at the Tron, and Sister Abigail is up there. Now, we don't know the identity yet. You can't see the identity. I want it really fucking disguised or like really shadowed, but it's this fucking mystical fucking creature, basically. It's Sister Abigail, and she literally comes out. She'll have a little bit of a promo, but the voice needs to be disguised. Remember Nails in The Big Boss Man? The Nails always had his disguised voice. Big Boss Man would be in a match, and Nails would be over the fucking the comm speakers and basically threatening the Big Boss Man. I want like this fucking dastardly fucking voice in Sister Abigail. Still kind of femalic. May have just made up a word. Still in a female way, but really fucking devious and fucking, like downright fucking scary is what I want. And I want Wyatt to kind of be turned on by this, his fucking lunatic. And in this promo that Sister Abigail is saying, she needs to hit key marks. I want her to say, you thought I was dead. You all thought I was dead. I'm here. I'm back. I am alive. And I want her to say, Matt Hardy, run. And Matt Hardy's laughing hysterically. Like, fucking no, bitch. And Bray Wyatt attacks Matt Hardy from behind, starts a beatdown on Matt Hardy. One last time, after Matt Hardy is like beaten down, I want 2 minutes of just fucking Wyatt beating down Matt Hardy. I want Sister Abigail up on the Tron again to say, run! And I want Hardy to kind of like crawl back to his knees with a smile on his face, turn back to Wyatt, and instead of running, like Sister Abigail told him to say, I want Hardy to look up at Wyatt and just go, delete! A refusal, basically. That's Matt Hardy's way to say, fuck you, I ain't running. Delete. And I want Hardy to say, all right, motherfucker, stomps. I'm Wyatt to say, all right, motherfucker, Wyatt stomps Matt Hardy in his mug, right in his face. Bray Wyatt, I'm getting these fucking names all mixed up. Bray Wyatt goes to the outside, gets a steel chair, gets back in, gives Matt Hardy one last chance. Sister Abigail again up on the Tron. Run! Matt Hardy crawls up on fucking Bray Wyatt's knees to Hardy's knees and says again, delete. And Bray Wyatt starts a chair beating for the ages, man. This is where I hope Vince McMahon lets him do a headshot. I know that's banned, but once in a while, you got to fucking break the rules. We see it all the time. Vince McMahon lets certain superstars in certain situations. This, I feel, is one of them. But if it's got to be to the upper back and to the fucking legs or whatever it is, a 2 to 3 minute beatdown by that chair. until officials and WWE suits and ties personnel comes down to break this fucking thing up. And Sister Abigail, as Bray Wyatt leaves the ring, is just laughing in this demonic way, in this demonic voice. And Matt Hardy is just fucking down and out leveled. This is the introduction to Sister Abigail. Again, I can't do WWE Creative's work for them. They need to really kick this into high gear starting the next day on Monday night. Monday Night Raw, that's when you really start to understand what is Sister Abigail, who is Sister Abigail, and this is a fun way to not only start this storyline properly, but to really kick it into high gear. Get us interested and intrigued for a WrestleMania battle for the ages, man, when this mystical fucking creature and Bray Wyatt takes on this lunatic and mystical in his own way, broken, woken, semi-sleeping Matt Hardy. That's going to be a fucking fun story to tell if you tell it correctly. Introducing Sister Abigail. Again, we don't really know who it is. We're not going to overbook it. It's just going to be Sister Abigail's alive, and we still have to find out who it is. Maybe at WrestleMania we find out who it is. Maybe in the build-up to WrestleMania we find out who it is. But the biggest seed of them all is planted at Elimination Chamber 2018 pay-per-view. And that's... She comes out from the fucking dead. She is definitely alive, as Bray Wyatt said she was. And she actually cost Bray Wyatt, fuck the match, I don't care about the match, a beatdown. Fuck. Getting me fucking goosebumps, getting me fucking excited. We then go on to another WWE Network promo package, right? Bring the crowd down a little bit, do a little bit of a commercial. KFC, whatever the fuck. Somebody's dressed up, right? The Big Show is the Kentucky Colonel or whatever. Then you go into Titus Worldwide versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Not only am I not going to overbook this, I'm not going to spend too much time on this. This is a simplistic match that should be designed just to bring the crowd back down because we've seen a lot of entertainment up to that point. I've said this for weeks, guys, maybe even months, actually, that I see potential in Titus Worldwide, and I love the fact that they listen to people like me. I'm not saying they listen to me. I don't have that big of a fucking ego. Relax. But people like me, because for months before they put Dana Brooke with Titus and Apollo, I said that they would work well together. I said that's what should happen. Finally, they did that. And I still think they have a lot to achieve in this business, and I think they can. I like Titus Worldwide. However, that does not mean you throw tag team championships on them at Elimination Chamber. I feel Sheamus and Cesaro are the right ones to go into WrestleMania with those straps and lose them to a bigger name tag team. Titus and Apollo winning those straps at Elimination Chamber, that does nothing for them right now, getting tag straps. The fans are not going to gravitate them any more than they already are by putting straps on them. And it's not going to do anything for them at WrestleMania. So, Sheamus and Cesaro, it's nonsensical to have them drop those titles. Again, I'm not backtracking on what I once said. I keep that sentiment fully. Titus Worldwide, to me, can and I think will achieve a lot in WWE if they book them correctly. Booking them correctly does not mean throwing tag team straps on them this Sunday. Absolutely not. I think you could do great things with them going forward. You do not have to throw belts on them. Sheamus and Cesaro pick up the win, the victory, in what should be a hard-fought match. Give them 15 good minutes at least. Let Titus and Apollo remind everybody what they can do in the ring, which is actually pretty fucking good, especially Apollo. Let Dana Brooke get in there and try to fucking weasel her way in and have some fun with it, you know? Really showcase Apollo and Titus and Dana. But in the end, Sheamus and Cesaro do have to pull this out because I'm thinking bigger picture. And Sheamus and Cesaro, the heel tag team, has to go into WrestleMania to drop it to the bigger named face tag team. Whoever that is, who the fuck knows? Maybe some NXT talents come up. Maybe there's a formation of a tag team the following Monday night. I don't know. I just don't think Titus and Apollo should be in that spot going into WrestleMania. So they cannot win those tag straps. Again, I wasn't supposed to talk about this match too long. I'm basically just reiterating the same facts over and over. It's Sheamus, it's Cesaro. Book that shit. And then it's time for Asuka and Nia Jax. Now, this is a match where obviously Nia Jax has to sell that rib injury when she launched Ronda Rousey off the staging area into the tables to begin Elimination Chamber. So she has to sell that injury. But this is where we're really going to sell Nia Jax. We're really going to make her look like the beast that she should have been booked up as all along. First of all, her night already started off to a big fucking, just a huge momentum swing when she catapulted Ronda Rousey from the staging area into the tables. Then she goes out with shattered fucking ribs, basically, is how she's selling it. And I want her to dominate this match with Asuka. I really do. This is really going to flip out the Asuka fans, or people that think they're Asuka fans, when they were pissed off that Emma got too much offense in on Asuka. So they don't like seeing people get too much offense in on Asuka. Well, too fucking bad in this one. I want Nia Jax to look like a fucking beast in this. Obviously, Asuka can look strong at points, but we already know about Asuka. We already know about her strengths. We know about her streak. We still, after all these months, and even over a year now on the main roster, we still don't know that much about Nia Jax, because 50-50 booking at best for Nia Jax. She'll win 1 week, lose 2 weeks, win 2 weeks, lose 3 weeks, disappears for a month, off TV for another month. We never really got to see any momentum with Nia Jax. So she starts Elimination Chamber in a huge way, taking out Ronda Rousey, and then she goes into Asuka and beats the fuck out of her for fucking 10-15 minutes. Beautiful. And I want the referee to be taken out of this motherfucker at one point. Like, Nia Jax is steamrolling into the corner, Asuka moves, or fucking the referee's there, and Nia Jax, of all females, just fucking crushes this referee. This referee is down and out. And Nia Jax sees this, and Nia Jax wants to capitalize. Nia Jax takes Asuka outside, starts clearing the announce tables, right? The Spanish, the fucking German, all those announce tables. I want her to clear one of them, 2 of them, maybe the German and the Spanish one. She's clearing these tables. The crowd's on their feet getting pumped because they love tables. I don't know why people love tables so fucking much. But she's clearing them off, man. She's going to take Asuka through these tables, maybe one or both tables. We don't know what she has planned, but she's going to level Asuka through these tables and then probably put her back in the ring, wake the ref up and get the victory after smashing Asuka through these tables, right? So she clears the tables. She picks up Asuka. She's about to hoist her through the crowd. Here's Ronda fucking Rousey back for revenge. Back from the fucking dead like Sister Abigail or some shit. We last saw Ronda Rousey leveled. Everyone thought she was being taken to the fucking hospital, right? That's what Michael Cole was trying to sell us. Who the fuck knows? No, Ronda Rousey is showing you how bad she motherfucking is. She left that gurney. She left that hospital. She comes through the crowd, hops the barricade, levels Nia fucking Jax, picks Nia Jax up, and sends Nia through the German table, picks Nia Jax up again, sends her through the Spanish table, back-to-back table spots. Ronda Rousey levels Nia. Officials are down at ringside, suits and ties down at ringside, trying to break them the fuck up. Ronda wants even more. Explosions. When Nia Jax gets sent through these tables, you know those will be explosions. Ronda Rousey, I told you, there's a story developed. Relax. Ronda Rousey can't look so weak in her debut. There's a story I'm telling here. That's what you fucking do with that. And you have what I want when it's all said and done. This is obviously a no contest. Nobody got disqualified. This is a no contest when it's all said and done. When everything's cleared out, right, we go to another fucking WWE Network package or whatever the bullshit is. And when they come back to the fucking arena, the announcement, I don't care if it's Renee Young, Michael Cole, somebody's going to announce that was a no contest. Or JoJo just announces it. But that's a no contest. That match basically never happened. So Asuka does not lose. And guess what? Nia Jax never lost either. It was a fucking melee. And the referee was down and out anyway. He didn't know what the fuck was happening. That's the way you do that. And Asuka, backstage, when Renee Young asks her, so now it's no longer Alexa Bliss, Ronda. And it's not a triple threat because it was a no contest. Nia never actually won the match. So it's going to be a one-on-one match, but it's no longer Alexa. And Renee asks Asuka, what are your feelings about now going on to take on Bayley instead of Alexa? And that's where I want Asuka to drop the fucking bombshell and look at Renee Young and say, I never said, and in her best English, I never said anything about Asuka. I'm sorry, about Alexa. I want Charlotte. And Renee Young is like, wait, what the like, that means SmackDown. That means... And then it cuts back to Michael Cole, Corey Graves, Coach, and they start fucking going over exactly what this means. That's the bombshell announcement, man. Right after Ronda Rousey drops 2 bombshell table spots. Elimination Chamber, in my booking anyway, we didn't even get to the main event, and it's a fun-ass, bomb-ass pay-per-view, man. We got a lot of shit going on. You can call it overbooking. I'm just booking creative shit. Again, I'm getting fucking goosebumps. I'm getting amped up thinking about this shit. So after it's all said and done with Ronda Rousey, we come to find out it's a no contest. Renee Young's asking a fucking Asuka, what about Alexa Bliss not being champ anymore? Are you okay with Bayley? And she's like, I never said anything about Alexa Bliss. I want Charlotte. Fuck! That's some fun shit, man. I can't say this enough. Book that shit, Vince. Somebody get in his fucking ear. And that's how Ronda Rousey comes back, saves face. And now we have 3 ultimate women's matches for WrestleMania once they start building. Charlotte Asuka, get the fuck out of here. Take my fucking money. Bayley versus Sasha Banks for the strap? Take my fucking money times 2. I'll pay extra. And then an exhibition match with Ronda Rousey and Nia fucking Jax, especially building it already like we just did at Chamber? Fucking A. The Amplified man's on a fucking roll. Let's move on to the main event. Fucking A, man. I say a half an hour. And of course, the second I said a half an hour, I'm like, fuck, man. There's no way this is going to be a half an hour. So literally, guys, it looks like we're going over 45 minutes. I don't know where this is going to end up. But all apologies, man. I'm booking a lot. Again, I don't think it's overbooking. I'm just booking a lot of fun shit into this pay-per-view. A pay-per-view that we only got, 5 matches? And... you know, I'm putting together a badass show. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. And again, before I get to this main event, the last piece of the puzzle, how would you guys book this shit, man? Always drop me a line down below. I love reading how you guys would book shit, get creative. It's hard. I gotta be honest with you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever sat down and tried to book an entire WWE pay-per-view card. It's not easy. A card that you know, the masses are going to enjoy. It's hard shit, let me tell you. I create for a fucking living, so I actually, love doing this type of shit, but I've talked to many people that they sit down, they try, and by match 3, they're like, fuck, I got a headache. Or shit, this is too hard, I can't. Or they just throw together, a bunch of weird shit because it's a lot of work. But, if you guys are up to the challenge, how would you book a lot of this shit, man? I love reading your guys' shit when I'm in line at coffee. Yeah, so... it's hopefully you guys enjoy this booking, man. I'm going to get to the last piece of the puzzle. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, guys, because I spent a lot of time on everything else in this show. This men's Elimination Chamber match, you have John Cena, you have Roman Reigns, you have Braun Strowman, you have The Miz, you have Elias, you have Seth Rollins, you have Finn Balor. 7 participants in this match. When it's all said and done, I would like Roman Reigns at the end with Seth Rollins. And I want it to be those 2. I'm not even going to do a Final 4. I want Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. This is a beautiful story to tell because the world basically already knows. Even casual fans that I speak to are already talking about how Roman's going to win this thing because that's what they're hearing. And that's where they see this going because that's Vince's favorite. Casual fans are even saying this shit. So wouldn't it be epic if that didn't happen? If somebody else was booking this shit? Oh, wait. That's what this is about. Amplified booking. I'm booking this motherfucker. And in my booking, you ready for this bombshell? Seth Rollins picks up the victory in this Elimination Chamber. That's right, not Roman Reigns. Don't have a party yet, Roman Reigns haters. You're probably not going to like what I'm about to say. But at least for this pay-per-view, we let a superstar be created, which is what Vince has been saying. It's the wrestler's fault. They're not grabbing brass rings for years. No, it's because WWE lost its way. They forgot how to create superstars. They don't give them the chances anymore because they kill their momentums. Rusev, for instance, he started to get a little bit of fucking momentum, right? What happened? We haven't seen him on SmackDown in fucking weeks. He's playing around over on Facebook. Vince doesn't want him anywhere near there. Kill his momentum. He's not who we wanted. Bad News Barrett? Remember, he had some fucking momentum, and guess what? Let's kill that shit. Too much momentum. Breezango was starting to get some fucking momentum, and they took them off for a couple of weeks and then brought them back to backstage segments, made sure they killed their momentum. How fun is it when Vince just picks one guy who nobody wants to see in the main spot and just keeps fucking putting him there? It's not fun anymore. And this isn't even hating Roman Reigns. You guys know I don't even mind Roman Reigns. But I'll be the first to admit that it's not fun when everyone else can't stand the motherfucker and he's constantly in these high-profile matches. So what if we let a superstar become a superstar? Seth Rollins has the most momentum right now from Monday Night Raw's 65-minute performance in that gauntlet match. Why not ride that wave of momentum? Seth Rollins pulls out an ultimate victory at Elimination Chamber. And it's set in stone. Seth Rollins will be going on to take Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And then, if you really want Roman in this match, Vince, hear me out. The following night on Monday Night Raw, you could have a situation where Roman is face-to-face with Seth Rollins. They're sharing a little smile because they are still friends. But Roman says, you know damn well, though, you should have never even been in that match. You got granted a helping hand by Kurt Angle because you didn't fucking earn your way in. You had that one match. And Seth Rollins is like, what are you fucking... I've been earning my way for years. And Seth Rollins and Roman go back and forth until Seth finally says, I did it once before. I believe it was WrestleMania 31, San Francisco. I did it once before. I beat both of you when I cashed in. I'll beat you both again if need be, if you really want to put up or shut up. And Roman Reigns is going to say, put up or shut up, why don't you do it then? Because I'll take you up on that offer. I'll gladly relive that triple threat, because when Seth Rollins cashed in at 31, you guys remember, that became a triple threat match. It was even announced as such. This could be, and many say Seth Rollins did kind of sneak in there with the most fucking energy and the most fucking chutzpah and amplification, and he won that match. But what if it's a fair triple threat? So you could go about it that way and create this triple threat. Fans would still be pissed because Roman now weaseled his way in, but fans are going to be double pissed if what everyone thinks is going to happen actually happens. What if we throw him a curveball, a shock and awe effect, throw him a surprise, give a superstar some momentum, let them rise, let them become an epic superstar, let them make you a ton and a shitload of money, Vince. In my booking, Seth Rollins wins this motherfucker. Again, I just gave you a perfect scenario to add Roman Reigns in later, even the next night, right? Just talk about how that triple threat in WrestleMania 31 wasn't exactly fair, and if the bell rang and it was a triple threat, Roman Reigns would say it would be a different outcome. And you guys know, I cannot stand multi-person matches, but it looks like WrestleMania will have a lot of good one-on-ones. So I'm okay with a Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar triple threat, because think about the only other outcome. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, one-on-one. I'd much rather see Seth in that fucking match. And going into Mania as a world champion? Fuck yeah, man. In my booking, Seth Rollins pulls out the ultimate upset. Again, Seth Rollins is a great wrestler, we know that. Why do I call it an upset? Because everyone already knows, not just thinks, knows Roman Reigns is going to win this thing. What if Rollins wins this? What if Vince McMahon finally does something really right in this business and gives a superstar, lets him keep his momentum? Build Seth Rollins, man. Build him. I almost said Roman Reigns. Vince McMahon has no problem trying to build Roman Reigns. It just ain't going as planned. Build Seth Rollins. He's got the momentum right now. Let him fucking ride that wave. And I'd much rather see this triple threat match at Mania than just Roman and Brock. Now, that's the chamber. During this chamber, I do want to give a side note. John Cena is going to get pinned. Remember I told you guys about the backstage segment and really selling the fact that John Cena needs to win? During this match, and I'll have Roman Reigns, right? Roman Reigns saves face because in my booking, he ultimately loses to Seth Rollins. So I want Roman Reigns to pin John Cena. And I want it to be a dramatic moment where John Cena looks ultra depressed. You know how John Cena is always looking depressed. That face. And the fans are going to be cheering probably. Just fucking with him. Ball busting. And I want John Cena to look up at the WrestleMania sign and just kind of do one of these fucking head shakes. Like, I blew it. I won't be at WrestleMania. And he slowly exits the chamber. And even though the match is still going on, the camera is on John Cena. It's a dramatic moment. And then, almost like the Tron is going to play a big role in the Elimination Chamber. I already had Sister Abigail up there. But I also want this weird fucking doing to go up. Like the static to show up on the screen. and all this smoke in this dark area. And the numbers show up for The Undertaker's streak. What is he at, guy? I know he lost 2. What's he at? 20-something and 2, right? I forgot his exact number. But I want those numbers to appear up there. Like, say he's 25 and 2, right? He might be 24, 23, 26, 27. Whatever the fuck he is, I'm going to say 25. It shows 25 and 2. And then all of a sudden, the 25 turns to 26. And again, if he's actually 26, it turns to 27. Whatever it is, it goes up 1 in front of John Cena and the whole crowd. And I want the camera to capture it. John Cena's like, what the fuck? And then we zoom off to the side. And as the camera goes in, it's a fucking coffin. And the top shoots open. And it says John Cena on the fucking coffin. And the crowd's going ecstatic because they know what this means. And then maybe even give off a fucking gong. The Undertaker's fucking gong hits. And Cena's like, what the fuck? He's looking all over. Like, is The Undertaker there? I don't want to overbook this, though. I don't want to overshadow the Elimination Chamber. So I don't have Undertaker actually showing up, because that would make zero fucking sense. You're in a men's Elimination Chamber. Undertaker's going to show up for what? To start some fucking weird feud with John Cena out of nowhere? No, let's just plant the seed. Elimination Chamber is a lot of huge seeds being planted. And The Undertaker plants that seed. Like, basically, it's going to be, hey, you thought you had nothing planned, but if you want to give it one more go, kid, I want to see who the better man is on the biggest stage. That's going to be Undertaker's argument, right? Like, I'll give you a shot on the biggest stage. I'll take you on one last match. And again, the seed is planted. And then on Monday Night Raw, this is where WWE Creative is going to have to do their own work. They can't fucking ride on my back unless they want to hire me, because I'll gladly do all this shit. But on Monday Night Raw, they have to kick that into high gear. And maybe The Undertaker actually shows up on Raw to deliver his own message. You don't have anything for WrestleMania because maybe you don't have it anymore. Maybe I don't have it anymore after losing to Roman Reigns. But I think we both have one more great one in us. Let's see who the better man is. Cena, Undertaker. Fucking A, man. It's fun to book this shit, but it's hard as fuck. It takes a lot out of the Amplify, man. Let me tell you, I'm going to have to get a fucking... I don't even know if an amplified size coffee is going to do it. I may have to get a keg of coffee today. I want all of you guys to enjoy this weekend, and more importantly, enjoy the Elimination Chamber. I hope you guys have fun watching it. Hopefully it is a fun show. Hopefully it's entertaining, and hopefully it intrigues us for WrestleMania. Hopefully a lot of storylines really kick into high gear, and a lot of seeds are planted, and it gets us invested into not just Elimination Chamber, but WrestleMania. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Enjoy tomorrow, Saturday, and of course, Elimination Chamber Sunday. The Amplified Man is cashing the fuck out. I am B motherfucking C. And I'll check you guys Monday for Elimination Chamber. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So long.